Bonjour, bonjour mes amis. Je m'appelle Madame Kujek. My name is Madame Kujek, Dr. Carol Kujek. I'm so excited to meet you online this week in class. So voilà une petite introduction, a little introduction to our course here. C'est moi. I'm in the vineyards of France here, probably in Champagne. Here's my email address if you need to reach me. Can you guess which is false? So here I am with my students. I love yoga and cycling. I have 3 children. I can bake killer croissant. I was once a professional singer. I've written a children's book. I don't bake killer croissant. No, I leave that to the professionals. That is a skill that is beyond my level of baking. I love to bake, but croissants are tricky. If you can find a bakery that makes real, authentic, they have to be crispy on the outside, right? And light and fluffy on the inside. Yes, just get them at the bakery. So you made a good choice in deciding to learn French. Look at all of these reasons to learn French. It's an official language of 33 countries. Most widely taught second language after English. It is spoken in over 43 countries of the world, etc., etc., etc. So many reasons here to speak French. It's a great thing to have on your resume, especially as a healthcare worker. It's the official language of the Red Cross, for example. And did you know there's a little country in South America, La Guyane? It's part of France. Their official currency is the euro. They speak French. Look how beautiful it is there. I'm not sure if this is a good time to visit, though. You might want to check the political situation right now. But anyhow, read your syllabus very carefully. I'm so sorry that it's so long. It's a long syllabus, but it has a lot of information in it that is important. So take the time to go over all the rules and suggestions and course setup information there. Manage your time wisely. So we are doing a 16-week course in 8 weeks, and we're doing it online. So keep that in mind. We're going to talk about time commitment a little bit later, but it's very important that you find the time to dedicate to the class, that you not fall behind, that you meet the deadlines. As long as you are able to do the work, it doesn't have to be perfect, I guarantee you will learn, you'll have fun, you will succeed. Okay, here's the book. It's called À vous. It's written by one of our professors here on campus. Be sure that you get the 2nd edition, and in case you don't have it yet, I will post chapter 1 on Canvas. This book, you can buy the hardcover, you can buy it in loose leaf form. We're covering chapters 1 through 5 in this class. You do not need the electronic textbook. You can get it if you like. You can also get access to the electronic exercises, which you can do that as a supplement. You're not required to do that. And you're not required to buy the workbook either. So just that textbook is what you need. I will be available for you every week for a virtual conference, a voice or a video, but I will be answering emails all week long. So don't hesitate to contact me or your TA with any questions. We are here to help you. If it's technology questions, though, please address those to the technology people, and that information is in the syllabus, because I don't know what happens if your technology is working. I'm not the person to help you with that. The PowerPoint presentations are forming the basis of the class. Instead of being in class, you will listen to 2 or 3 short PowerPoint presentations every week. They average about 20 minutes. So please set aside time to focus fully on those presentations instead of trying to do 2 or 3 things at once. You can't really listen to them while you're making dinner or watching TV. I want you to really listen with me and do the activities as if you were in class. So imagine you're sitting in the classroom. I say, repeat after me, répétez, and you're going to repeat after me. Please do that. It doesn't matter if people are looking at you funny. You're learning a second language. Talking to yourself is a time-honored way to practice a second language. There are practice exercises in the PowerPoints. Pause the PowerPoint and do those exercises in writing, pen and pencil. That helps cement it in your brain. So take time to do that. That will help you a lot with your homework. There are also 1 or 2 homework exercises embedded in the PowerPoints that you'll need to do to earn full credit on your homework. And I've also put a couple extra credit exercises that will earn you extra points on the chapter quizzes. So be sure to listen to the PowerPoints every week. The good news about the homework is if you turn it in, you get 100%. The bad news, of course, if you don't turn it in, you get a 0. The homework is from the textbook, but also a couple activities, as I said, from the PowerPoints. We're looking for effort here. I don't expect you to get 100%. You're learning language. You're learning from your mistakes, so don't be a perfectionist. Every week we will have 2 discussion topics, and you'll participate in those discussions with your group, and I will be monitoring the discussions as well. They will be based on a reading in the textbook or a communication situation that you're going to discuss with your friends. Note that you're going to have 2 discussion deadlines each week. So your first deadline will be to post your initial response to the questions. And then the second one is to give feedback to several of your group mates. So we have 5 chapters and 5 quizzes, 1 for each chapter. These quizzes are open note, open book. You can look at the PowerPoint, but you may not use the internet or your friends or your classmates or anything. So please follow those guidelines. And here's how we're grading. Very simple. PowerPoint activities and homework from the textbook, that will be 35%, discussions 20%, and chapter quizzes 45%. Again, please read the syllabus carefully. Let me know if you have any questions, okay? So let's talk about how to succeed. Practice every day. So shorter, frequent repetition is better than trying to cram. So I have a picture of my daughter here. She's learning guitar and piano. She practices every day. So those of you who have learned an instrument know that you cannot cram for a piano recital or a guitar concert. You have to practice every day. So learning a language is similar. It's a skill that requires frequent repetition. So these are great tools. Duolingo. Download that as an app on your phone. Quizlet. It's a flashcard app. I'm going to give you lots of flashcards. Download those on your phone. Make use of every spare 10 minutes that you have during the day. You're in line at Starbucks waiting for your coffee. Get on Duolingo and do a couple exercises, or do some flashcards on Quizlet. It's that short, frequent repetition that will cement it in your brain, as opposed to, okay, now I'm going to sit down for 2 hours and learn this. No, you're going to learn it in short bursts, frequently repeated throughout the day. 2 hours a day is the recommendation. 2 hours a day. That seems like a lot, but again, we're cramming a 16-week class into 8 weeks. So, and again, don't necessarily sit down for 2 hours in one spurt, but try and break that up into half an hour to an hour, or even 5 to 10 minutes in the middle of the day. Practice with the PowerPoints. Again, there are exercises in there. There's pronunciation. Repeat to do the exercises in writing. Pause the PowerPoint. This is very important for learning a language. Find a partner to practice with. You have partners in the class. You can find partners online, native speakers or people who are also learning the language like you. I provide a link to the best language partnering websites or local meetup groups. Meetup.com will likely have a French group, and I've gone to these groups, and there are always, even if it says advanced, there are always people who are just learning the language, who just want to dive in, right? So be one of those people who is not afraid to dive in. Talk to yourself, okay? So you can't be with a partner every moment of the day. talk to yourself. Label the things around you in French. As you learn the vocabulary, c'est une pomme, c'est une table, c'est une chaise, right? Get post-it notes if you like. If you're a visual learner, put post-it notes all around the house. Tell yourself what you're doing. Je fais le ménage, j'étudie, je chante, je danse, etc. Don't be afraid to practice a lot. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. You learn by making mistakes. If you are a perfectionist, you will never become fluent, okay? So you're going to value fluency over accuracy. What's the difference? We've all spoken to someone in English who does not have perfect English, but you were probably able to understand what they were saying, right? They were able to get their point across, even though they made a few mistakes in grammar or they had an imperfect accent, etc. They were able to communicate with you and get their point across. That's fluency. If you're somebody who's worried about accuracy, I can't talk to somebody until I know 100% grammar and vocabulary and pronunciation, then you'll never learn the language. So just get out there and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Comment dit-on? That means how do you say? Comment dit-on? If I say, how do you say book? Comment dit-on book? Right? That's a useful phrase. You're talking to someone, you forget a piece of vocabulary. Comment dit-on book? Comment dit-on spaghetti or something? Just ask them. And you're learning as you communicate. You can also learn by reading, of course. So a lot of my students, they watch Netflix. And did you know that you can turn on subtitles on Netflix, and especially the original shows? So you can be listening to a show or a movie in English, but if you turn on the French subtitles, you'll still be learning French. That is a cool trick, right? You're learning passively, right? Because your eyes will be drawn to the bottom of the screen. As you watch it, you'll be learning. Oh, I know that word. Oh, that's how you say that. Oh, so do that. Websites. So you can make one of your home pages a French website. So it could be news website like Le Monde. It's the French version of New York Times, say. Or find a topic that interests you. You're interested in fashion or jewelry making or cooking. Find a website and read recipes in French, etc. That will inspire you as well. And also listening, of course. There are many opportunities to listen in French. There are podcasts. You can get the French radio. You can make your iPhone speak to you in French. So don't be afraid to just dive in. We're here for 8 weeks. You can learn an astounding amount in 8 weeks if you have that open mindset, a faith in your ability to learn, and a fearlessness about making mistakes. Okay? Dive in. Yes, did I say 2 hours a day? Yes, I did. I'm sorry. 2 hours a day. So really try to think of how you're going to schedule that time. There's going to be a lot of time just doing the work, the homework, but you're going to need additional time just for practice, practicing the pronunciation, practicing the flashcards, practicing Duolingo. So find that time, even if it's 10-minute bursts while you're waiting in line for lunch or at the gas station. And have fun. A new language opens doors to a new world. So French is all around us. Once I tell my students that to start looking for French, they find it everywhere. Boy, they said, I didn't know all my cosmetics were in French, or I didn't know that so many customers came into my Starbucks speaking French. Step up and say bonjour. And just after the first PowerPoint, you will know how to have your first conversation with somebody, and they will be really impressed that you made that effort to say bonjour. Okay, I'm really excited to work with you. Au revoir.